Is this public? Oh, it's Brendan. Hello, Brendan. I am public. Just making sure. Me leaving, BBC. I'm not dotting I's. I'm cleaning off masking. So, the Bean's birthday party was supposed to be Saturday. Well, we have bad weather. What's up, AJ? You still making plug knockers? So we're supposed to have the Bean's birthday party on Saturday. Well, bad weather on Saturday, so we pushed it back to Sunday. So I got Josh's baits on Thursday, maybe. So I started them on Friday, and they needed to be in the mail on Monday. So I have Friday to Monday, and I have a birthday party in between. So I had about, 50 baits to do in that time frame. Well, one of those days, we're under a tornado watch, Saturday. So I'm panicking, and I'm like, dude, I'm going to lose power, and I'm not going to be able to finish them. So I worked all day Friday, went home, had dinner with the kids at like 5:30 or 6, and then at like 7:30, 8, I went back here and worked till 3:30 a.m. Saturday morning. The Bean wakes me up Saturday morning at 7, so I play around with the kids for an hour or two. I think I get to the shop at like 8:39, and then at 5 o'clock, I have completed my mission. So, damn near 24 hours straight of bait painting and fear of losing power, but I got them done, and they're in the mail. So it was a grind, and there were bumps along the road, and it was stressful. But I can tell you one thing. I don't know that there's anything more gratifying than having like a tight window and then working your dick off through like 2-hour sleep delirium, and then it all being done, like everything being over. Like when I went home, like the feeling of accomplishment was like through the roof. It felt good. It felt good to be done. But I kind of like those days. I did them with the I've done that a couple times with Bullshad, because they were always on a they were never, sending me stuff when they should have, like, early. It was always like, if I send you these tomorrow, can I have them done yesterday? Yeah. Yep. Agreed, Anthony. Agreed. It's like your work schedule for 30 years. Oh man. That's how a couple years ago, that's how my first, like, usually my first like 3-4 months of the year, that's how they were. Where you just like, probably pre-kids is when it was all like, when it was nuts, when you could just work like constant. You just didn't stop. But it felt good. Not gonna lie, it felt good to get them done, and I shipped them out today. So they are out of my hands now. They are at the mercy of UPS, but UPS is pretty good. I like UPS. Fingers crossed. I've been trying to get some soft plastic orders. Is your supplier of soft plastic running short? You talking about raw soft plastic, like clear plastisol? Zoom Z2. Hello, little Rich. Expo full of minnow pingers instead of hog crankers. I think that's going to be the case. Oh, you've been trying to do it. You've been trying to make fill orders. Yeah. The kids are deserving of the time. I'm glad I got my I'm glad I got all that stuff. Piss and vinegar out of my veins before I had kids. But it's good. It's good to get out there and grind for a 22-hour paint sesh every once in a while. Keeps you damn fired up. I did not do any social media stuff, and I did not see a number. I don't know. There's not a message thing on his website. Bass Fanatic. He's busy as shit right now, though, so I would maybe try him back from like messaging from his website or Instagram. I would probably try that after the Classic, because I doubt he's going to do anything regarding anything other than him busting ass to build baits for the Classic until it's over. So I would probably just wait. He would probably be more likely to help a brother out after the Classic anyway. Less stress. Hopefully things go well. Be in a good mood. Want to unload some squirrels. Yeah, he probably just doesn't have time to think right now. Angry Camper Casts. Oh. No DDs at Fork. Tim, what'd you do? How'd you end up catching them? Did you throw a C-rig, even though it's not your thing? Did you throw a giant swim bait? Wrecked them on the Big G yesterday? I think they wrecked them everywhere, dude. It's that time of year. There's usually one weekend out of the year. It's crazy. There's one weekend out of the year, and it's like all the fish on planet Earth, all the bass, like fire on the same weekend. And it doesn't matter where you are. You just like if the water is available to launch a boat in, everywhere takes like big weights. I saw it a couple years ago where like down here it took like 20 pounds. Gunnersville it takes 35. Like Texas it takes 40. Like everywhere you look is like the biggest bags that the place can give up is like happening on that exact Saturday. It's weird. But that might have been this weekend. No, because the weather was too jacked up. Because everybody had goofy weather. lipless and cheddar. That sounds like a blast. That sounds like a blast. 8 inches of snow. Come on, dude. When's that crap going to end? You boys like crack E2s? What do you think about that? Yeah, Ed. Yeah, Ed, I cracked your E2. Sorry, bro. Sorry. Lowest weights in one of these derbs across the board. Yes, it's strange how that works. Like everybody else is getting juiced, and then that one light wants to be pissy. Got to give out a congrats to the spinnerbait king, Keith Dees, who him and I won a tournament a month ago. And then he fished a tournament the next weekend, came in second. And then they had a 2-day boat show this past weekend, and he won it. So he's got 2 big checks, 2 plaques, and a second place in a month and a half. So he's going to have to order a new Matt Robertson Onum hat. Keith has been cleaning up. I said, you might have to fire up the old Spinnerbait Kang LLC again. If you keep winning like this, I'm like, I'm going to have to do something. I have to do something. But and hell, I think he's coming off of a solo trail angler of the year. So the man is riding high. Anthony, the Lucky Craft crack is underrated. I think people talk about copper green shad and that kind of stuff, but I think as far as fish catching abilities, crack is probably one of the most fish catching colors that's come around in the last, I don't know, 20 years. Like, since it's up there with sexy shad, in my humble opinion. It's just highly, highly, highly effective. I can't say the same for American shad. I thought American shad was one of the most beautiful colors I've ever seen in my life. I just didn't catch them that well on it. For whatever reason, I'm sure there's people out there that would crucify me and say, American shad's the best color that Lucky Craft's ever made. Not for me. It didn't catch them as good as for as good as it looks. It didn't catch them as that good. So this is funny. So the guy put this bait in the box, and it just said yellow belly. So I sent him a message, and I said, do you want me to just paint the belly yellow on this? And he said, no, it looks good the way it is. I said, well, the way it is stock. Like, I didn't paint it. And you sent it to me. He's like, oh, yeah, paint the belly yellow. Okay. I got a good laugh at that. Because he looked at it and he's like, damn, that looks good. Nice job. I didn't paint it. Ed did. That's how it came. So it got a yellow belly. It used to have a pink throat and a chartreuse belly. So we covered that up. Morgan, you had good luck. Maybe it's a maybe they like it up there in the Ozarks. Maybe the water's not clear enough down here for me. I mean, for the American shed to work good. I don't know. I just never, like I said, for as good as it looks, I never caught him that good on it. Crack is legit. But, and I also caught him really, really, really good on gunmetal, the Skeet Reese color that they did. That one was highly productive for me. And it's not too out of, I guess it's got a white base and not a silver base. Later, guys. American Shad looks great, but don't catch him for Daniel. I feel your pain, bro. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the deal is with the. I think you got to live up there in the. I think you got to live up there in Arkansas with Morgan in order for that to work. I'm sure it's good in like Missouri, Ozarks. Might be an Ozark color. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. So we got more votes for people that haven't caught fish on American Shad that well. And we got Morgan. It's the sole American Shad catcher. BBC, what are you up today? What are you up to today? Shredding on your Avenged Sevenfold guitar? Trying to map out your first tattoo sleeve that you're going to get? American Shad is like a blue shoulder, kind of a. If I had my wall of baits over here, I could go pull you one. Let's see. Where's it? There's one here. I used to have a little American Shad dirt bait. There it is. Don't judge me on this. That's American Shad. Blue, crack scales, magic scales, whatever. Magic scales. Kind of a silvery holographic side. I mean, it is gorgeous. It looks like a shad. And I may have caught some bats on this. But when you just look at the color, you think, man, I'm going to catch every fish that swims on there. It in fact does not catch every fish that swims. But just looking at it, you'd think it would. Just looking at it, you'd think it would. But no. Man. Scott, you and me both, bro. I have seen it work, though. Seems middle of the fall when things get goofy, or when they start biting the stuff you never get bit on. BBC, you could maybe transform that. You could maybe transform your BDS4 American Shad into something that'll actually get bit. Spray a little chartreuse on it somewhere. Try to make it into a crack. Gunfish. Daniel, the regular size gunfish? What color? What color did you choose? Burns, you have a Lucky Craft? You have Lucky Crafts over there? No way. Don't tell us a fib, Builder Dude. Builder Dude ain't got Lucky Crafts. Scott, do you have a an off the wall color that you threw over the years that always was good to you, that was kind of non-typical? Later, Tim. Did I miss the report, or did you not have time to give it? Maybe I didn't see the comment. Got blown off the lake. Only fished for 3 days. Caught PB on Lake Gilmer. Okay. Been catching them on Aurora black pointer. Broke it off. Tied on American Shad. Never got another bite. Explain that. I'm kind of disappointed, Scott, that you only had one American Shad pointer. I mean, Aurora black pointer. That's the puzzling part about that. Not the fish didn't bite it, was that you only had one Aurora black. Who would have thunk it? BBC, I'm not grabbing anything, bro. I'm just there to shake hands and support Josh and you and anybody else that I know and like. And no, I need baits like I need a damn hole in my head, bro. If Josh don't make it, then I don't need it. You know what I mean? Did I see? Oh, I saw. I got the ride home telephone call. You ain't gonna believe this. I talked to him the night before. I was like, "What place are y'all in?" He was like, "I don't know." I was like, "You don't know?" He was like, "No." Well, maybe I'll do okay. I said, "Y'all should be in a good position." Turns out they were in the best position. But that tournament typically takes, if you can get 30 pounds over 2 days, 15 pounds a day, that's typically what it takes to win. Give or take a pound, 2, 3, up or down. I had a Normandy blend that was some kind of weird color that I've never seen here in my life. It's kind of brown with great eyes. Scott, why haven't we redone that one? Why haven't we brought that one back to life? You were doing an experiment. You were experimenting. Let's just see how good. Scott said, "Let's see if color matters." Let's see if color matters. Scott, what do you think after that? After that little experiment, does color matter? Some would say no. I'm just that stupid. I don't know if it was. I wouldn't. You're being hard on yourself, Scott. I wouldn't say stupid. I would say inquisitive. Uh-oh. This feller gave me free reign. He said, "Do me some chartreuse, but you pick the color." Oh yeah, he got light bulbs. He didn't know it. He's gonna see those in the box and be like, "Oh, whatever." I'm like, dude, Out of all that shit I painted you, those two are the juice. But he might not realize it at the time. Yeah, I finished them, BBC. I finished them. Oh, yeah. So on top of painting all of Josh Bates, I had to finish these. So during the tornadic weather, when we were under a tornado warning, that's why I was panicking to try and finish and not lose power, because I had to clear coat 100 baits. And I didn't want to get, I wanted to get them done. You know what I mean? So the stress level was high. He lost it. I have to search and see if I know anybody that come. I'm mad in. So it's relatively newer color. It's not completely ancient if it was in a Mad Inn. Right? Oh, that's like my favorite thing, dude. Is when you but I will say I've been disappointed a lot. But my favorite thing is when somebody's like, man, you want to see my favorite color? I'm like, yeah, but you can't tell anybody. I'm like, okay. And it's something like this kind of off the wall and ugly. You're like, oh, that's sweet. But 9 times out of 10, when somebody says, hey, dude, I'm going to show you this color. I want to see if you can match it. But don't tell anybody about it. I'm like, okay. But when I show you this, it's the damn juice, dude. Like, I hammer them on this color. I'm like, okay. And they show it to you. And no shit. White body, black back, or gray back, red throat. And I'm like, that's it? Yeah. I'm like, don't worry, dude. Don't tell anybody. Like, where'd you find such a crazy color? I don't know. I don't know. This guy painted it. Man, dude was out there. He must have been on drugs painting shit like that. Look at AJ. AJ, don't you be slipping in on the secret colors, bro. Come on. Don't you be sneaky, trying to snipe the secret colors. Don't you and Eric have viral videos to make instead of worrying about these secret Norman colors? ¿Qué pasa? What's up, Clay? Trying to look a brother up. AJ, you're gonna hook a brother up, and then you're gonna post a Instagram reel of you painting the damn thing. I know what's gonna happen. Yes, I have a crystal ball. Anybody else throw a matte in or a thin in? No. Here's why, Scott. I didn't really understand what they were. You know what I mean? Like what their purpose was. So I never had a place for them because I didn't know what to do with them. I mean, I knew what to do with them, obviously, but they didn't fit into anything where I was like, man, I need like a small, weird Norman. They didn't. They didn't fit any kind of bill for me. I think I got a few. Eric did have some good cranking fish. I hate I wasn't with him. That was like fun. We all love a good video with knockers. I know this could that video could send AJ to the dark side of viral content. We're talking knockers. I think we all know what's coming next. AJ, sell your soul and do it. Make us all proud. We need more knocker videos. 181. Can you believe that? Unreal. Has everybody seen Eric's knocker video? Eric was able to do the unthinkable. He was able to put out an Instagram reel with knockers without showing actual boobs. Who could think you could actually get 181,000 views about knockers without actually putting knockers, the ones people want to see, in the video? Wild. I saw some rude comments that people were asking AJ how big his knockers were. Never ask a man how big his knockers are. Just go to the website. They're on there. Just go to my links. Oh, yeah, that's what I think Scooter jumped on Eric's ass about that. It's like, of all the damn baits, you picked that one. Yep. Of all the damn baits. If you want to crank hogs, knockers, yeah, that's true. If you're gonna be cranking your hog, you got to have a couple knockers just in case times get tough and you need a little help. I once clicked on beaver shots from Sturgis. Actually, pictures of beavers near Sturgis. It's all that, like the clickbait, is really, really interesting to me because, like, it's so crazy how the human mind works to where, like, you can't resist knowing. You know what I mean? You're like, I know this is bullshit, but I have to know. I have to know what this is. Then you sit there and watch it, and you're like, I just wasted, like, 3 minutes of my life, 2 minutes of my life watching this. Those people tricked you out of 2 minutes of your life, which is all they wanted. They wanted your life. That's what viral videos do. They take your life away. Maybe that's why I've become so bitter. It's a mob. I did. Hold on, where are we at? A deep flat A prototype? Yes. You want to see it? And that son of a buck runs good, Scott. Holy, we need to do those, Burns. Are you waiting on bills for those? It might be too late for those. Maybe not for the up northers. What did I do with those? Oh, they might be in here. Now I've got new hiding spots, bros. I have hiding spots. Don't have the lips. Look at this succulent piece. No, I thought Lexans were going to be key for this one. He did this circuit board, and these will have to be Ozark, 100%. They run good, though. I'd like to see one in a Lexan, because I think Lexan would run better, but I don't know. I don't know if the Lip Man makes Lexan. Last I heard, he didn't like it. Circuit first, then Lexan. Okay. We could do a 2-pack. One circuit, one Lexan. And then let the people tell us which they prefer. Ah, perfect. I'll take 100. Scott will take them all. Burnsy, you just build them, and I will just open up. I'll just open up the link for Scott, and Scott can just clean them out, and then he can distribute to whoever he feels fit. Who's going to win the classic? Kyle. Clay. I don't have a clue. You know what? I don't care. I don't even know who's in it. I couldn't tell you. So I'm not going to make any picks, because if I pick somebody, they're probably not even fishing. Steve Kennedy, is he in it? I want him to win. It's probably going to be some young dweeb. Is Kyle Patrick the dude that says all the funny shit, like all the random stuff? Like, I think I heard him use one of our old sayings. One of our old sayings from college, and in the summertime, or when we'd go to the bars or whatever in the summertime, it'd be hot. We'd say, "It's hot as a donkey's dick in here." And I want to say I say donkey dick one day. I love Steve Kennedy. I don't know about as a person. I've never met him, but I like his bizarre quirkiness. What do you want to see? The Z3 or this? I don't like that Steve criticizes the workhorse because it does not have a good swim or swirling hangers. Yeah, I don't like the I'm not down with the twisty hanger thing. The twisty hangers don't make sense to me. So I'll just leave that comment alone. I'm not a twisty hanger guy. But I don't drink that Kool-Aid. I'm not a twisty hook hanger Kool-Aid drinker. If A-Mart likes them though, and I don't know if he did, but if A-Mart told me to use them, I'd probably use them. But he's the only one that could convince me. He's the only pro I ever listened to, besides Bill Dance when I was a youth. No, you're right, AJ. It does make them a nuisance to paint, especially if you're I guess it doesn't really bother me, but if you're a helping hands guy, which sounds like you have tried with the swiveling hook hangers, it can be a nuisance, yes. The helping hands gang does not like the swiveling hook hangers. Scott, I never posted pictures of those. Burns, you know what? I didn't like the swim on them. I thought they swam like shit. Not obviously that doesn't mean anything. They didn't swim like shit. They swam great. I didn't care for the action. You built them perfectly. I didn't care for the swim. I didn't quite understand it. I guess for cold water, I could see it being good. But my line, that's possible. That's possible. Yeah, it was I always felt like I was chasing it kind of. But and I thought the profile was not hugely appealing, but once I got them painted, they grew on me. They were pretty sexy. I did some skunk ones. I did some what else did I do? I think I did some hot chocolate. I did quite a few colors on them, and after I got done, I was like, "Yeah, these turned out good. These turned good." It's kind of you gotta treat it like a shad wrap, Scott. It's shad wrappy. I probably still got one. No, maybe I do. I don't know if Burns sent me a prototype of that one. Maybe you did. Maybe. I mean, it was a cool bait, and I think it's cool because it's got a pedigree and it's got a history, and it's an effective bait regardless of whatever my dumbass thinks about it. Whatever my cork sniffing ass thinks about the damn action and the appearance, it has a pedigree and it catches them. So vanity aside, it might need to come out. It might need. Like I said, it shocked me how pretty it was. Maybe that was what I should have painted it first and then thrown it, and then I would have probably liked it more. I bet. That's a sexy looking bait. That'll probably catch a bass. What say you? That's the Z4, I believe. Yes, Z4. So I've got we've got the whole Z lineup. If anybody's curious, you get into some WECs. They made 4 Zs plus the JZ. So here is the Z1. Here is the Z2. The Z3. And the larger size Z4. Z4, Z3. So it's all the different Z's. All right. Oh, I got one more box over there. I have a lot of these. I wish Ed was still around. I'd like to talk to that guy. What color was in there? Scott? Skunk? £10 and a whipstick. 10-pound test and a whipstick. Here's your little gunmetal E1. That's sexy. That's sexy. Yeah, it was for Eric Burns. It was for Eric. I'm assuming. It's the only person I can think of that would want 24 of those things. Batch of Hellcats in that color? Gunmetal? I could get down with that. Yeah, those aren't the holographic scale. Those are chrome. Those are chrome. Did I tell you all about that feller? The guy that I used to paint baits for, and he would, when I was in Austin, like, I feel like I painted all the guys' crankbaits. And I'm not kidding. Like, I feel like he never threw anything stock, which was cool. And he wasn't that picky, like, you know, like, just make it look badass. I'm like, perfect, which is like, you know, music to my ears. Just make it look badass. Got it. Done. Consider it done. You know, that's how he was. He just wanted to look cool, and he wanted to be in like a fishy color. Got it, baby. I got you. I am the man for the job. So, good old chartreuse and black. Boring. You pulled him out, Scott? This feller's just putting them back in, bro. He said, I'm getting them fired up, ready to go. He's putting them back in the game. He's putting them back in. What do you think is going to happen to the WEC market, Scott? What do you think WECs are going to look like in 10 years? You think they're going to be crypto prices by then? You know, I definitely understand taking them out of the rotation, but I don't know, something about getting them painted and throwing them makes me pretty glad. It's pretty sexy. That's a pretty sexy little number right there. So I think they will lose value. Possible. I don't know. I don't know what the future holds for the WEC market. I think they'll probably do better. Like, you got to think about the Bagley market. So the Bagley market was very strong, up until recent years, when I think everybody realized that all the stuff they thought was rare isn't as rare as they thought it was, because of all the outlets there are to sell fishing lures. So people realize that some of this stuff has value, and they're like, oh, my grandfather has a box full of that stuff. Let's see what's in there. And then they start pulling them out of the garage, and they've got all these rare Bagleys. And I think turns out Bagley made a whole lot more of this stuff than we think they did. There's a whole lot more of them floating around. I think it'll be a while before they gain any real value. He made some. He did. I mean, I guess that's the other thing, Bobby, is we've been told that he made the like 2,500 a year, but nobody knows for certain. Bagley sold millions of Bagleys. Taking old classic baits out of the boxes in the boat. Yeah, that's the other question, Scott. I don't know. I don't know that they will care as much as we do. But I didn't grow up in a good Bagley era, but I still love Bagleys. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't grow up around. My dad only had one, Bossa B3. I think as long as there's guys still out there kicking ass with the baits, they'll be fine. Only made a few thousand. Yeah. Because you know, we've all, like I said, Bob, we've all heard that number, but I've also heard that number is not accurate. Not accurate. Like I'm trying to think. What else do y'all think might hold value that's like a production bait? I can't think of any. Started tournament fishing in the middle of the Fritz Blitz. Yeah, that's pretty exciting times. Pretty exciting times. Until you tune into Bassmasters and you see Fritz throwing a centipede, and you're like, oh, Fritz, crank, bro. How many times did you watch that tournament with Fritz on Kentucky Lake cranking the deep Rapala, the down deep? Is that an FLW tournament? And it was rough as shit out there. That was a badass tournament. Man, those are good old days. Not to sound like an old geezer, but if you haven't seen that tournament, I have to look. It was early 2000s. I'm thinking that might have been a Bassmaster tournament. No, it's FLW, I think. Scott, was that an FLW tournament that Fritz won on Kentucky Lake? And he was out there in the damn mud, rough water. Man, that was a good one. I think you got a better chance of your big M's being worth more than a WEC. Because the Burns numbers are not inflated. We know exactly what Builder Dude's pumping out, and he's carving them by hand. And then they get rarer as you go back to Builder Dude paint. So now you have double collectible. You have my paint collectible, and then you have Builder Dude collectible paint. Yeah, I feel like it's way cooler. I don't feel like it. I know it's way cooler to know that when you pick up a bait, a Builder Dude bait, that he put this in his hand, and in order for this bait to exist, he had to touch it and hold it through every part of the process. Right? This one, a machine spun around and cut it, and probably somebody else drilled the holes, cut the lip slots. You know, Ed just painted, I think. And like one dude, Burns, did all this. And he carved the damn lip with a pocket knife. Stay strong, Bobby. Hoard them, bro. Keep them all. This guy had me paint this color, and I'm not a huge fan of it, but he loved it. He loved it. Oh no, I forgot to pull this off. Oh, that's pretty bad. I don't know how this is going to work. Oh, this is going to be bad. Uh-oh. No, we're not so bad right now. We're not doing so bad right now. We're winning. We're winning. Hey, we won. was a mighty fine gift, Bobby. Mighty fine gift. I'm sure the people who received it were very appreciative. I've gifted some burns in my day too. I've gifted a few burns out there in my day. It's a great gift. I don't like reselling things people made by hand. If you want WEC Fishers, just purchase Black Label. Yeah, I would say that's probably a reasonable consideration. Cliff makes good bait. I mean, I certainly, if you need 100, go buy Cliffs. Don't destroy your WECs. Just go buy Clifford's. In 1911, pistols and fire made with machine gun for malfunctions. I can see that. I would much rather shoot a pistol that's more reliable. Black Labels doesn't 100% run like Ed's. I wonder why that is. I wonder what the difference is, Kyle. I've never A-B'd them. I don't own one. I've thrown them. My buddies, like Keith, he's got some. But I've never put one side to side. BBC, no. Why? You got one for me? You got one you want to tell me? I have hundreds of clips made. They are made similar. I think it's like a pretty light balsa. Possible. I don't know. I don't know anything about Ed's. I do know. I say that. I do know. That Ed selected denser balsa for the deeper the bait went, the denser his balsa was. So the floatier the balsa, like I don't know what end of the spectrum his E1s and stuff. I don't know how light the balsa was, but I do know that he would weigh his balsa stock, and the heavier, denser balsa would get made into deeper running baits. I do know that much. But like I said, I don't think he was using that like Japanese competition grade balsa that like crumbles in your hands. 20. Maybe 10-year would be like give away the snowball, but that would be it. James Yeager? Who's that feller? Do I need to look him up? Is he an internet personality, or is he a real human that lives near you? that you had an actual human interaction with? I don't know anything about these pistolas. Passed away. He had a YouTube channel. Oh, well, I guess his knowledge is still out there on the on the on the interwebs, which is good. I have to look this feller up. It's getting started. Y'all can free range on the 1911 talk. I don't have anything to put towards it, but feel free. Clog up the chat with 1911 talk. I kind of want to get a SIG P365. You know what I wanted for a while? Was a judge, and then I found out that they were terrible. Like when they first came out, I was like, man, I want one of those. Obviously didn't spring for one, and then I started reading about them. These things are not good. These things are not good. Taurus. Judge. Anybody got one of those? How to keep raccoons off your porch? You got to quit leaving the Cheez-Its out there, bro. I used to carry a Colt Mark IV, but hated seeing it get beat up. Jaeger was a custom 1911 builder and built very high-end weapons like Nighthawk and Wilson Combat. Interesting. I know nothing about this. Taurus is not good. Sam, what would be a is there a good 410 type pistol? Does anybody make a good one that's not Taurus? Smith Governor. I thought that would be the ultimate, like, the reason I started looking into those was because I wanted something to keep on the boat when I was fun fishing, because there was always all these creatures trying to get in my boat in case I needed to eradicate one. I thought that would be a good option. My EDC is a Glock 19 or a Hammer with 38. Smith & Wesson clothing. What's a wheel gun? What is all this stuff? Now, Painter Dude's getting a pistola education. Ah, a revolver. Dirty hairy shit. I feel like that's what my grandfather always had. He'd fill out some damn Dirty Harold pistola. I never heard that. Never heard that term. Pew Pew Talk is slightly less boring. Yeah, I don't know anything about it. I know some shotgun stuff, rifle stuff, but pistols I don't know anything about. I've got an old school 44 mag, Dirty Harry 6-shot revolver with a 9-inch barrel. Those are ridiculously hilarious looking. Like they're comedic. Burns, didn't you already do those two? Are you repeating yourself? I'm pretty sure I have those exact baits over here. Hello, are you going to be wearing shorts and flip-flops at the Classic because it's going to be like in the 60s? With a few A&Rs. Yeah, I can see where that would get fun, Bobby. Well, maybe I'll hold. Maybe I'll hold the RR5s and do a double dose of those. I got so many now. I can mix and match. Builder dude has been outrunning me. I've had such large orders lately that it's I can get smaller orders done faster than I can, I feel like, bigger orders. Like multiple small orders. For whatever reason, it shouldn't be that way. These took forever because I didn't know what to paint them. Because the guidelines I were given were very vague and confusing. So usually that when I don't know what I'm doing, I get very non-motivated. It demotivates me when my choices are vague. Like when I open the package, it says yellow. What does that mean? JP Harold? I love seeing it where everybody like hangs out on the interwebs talking about like stuff other than fishing. It's pretty awesome. When you got two campers showing off their pew pews to each other, not to be confused with PPs, pew pews. So we can be internet correct after I've said gun 37 times on this stream. Video's not going viral, sorry. Like all my other videos. I prefer a bolt action to an AR style. I can get it done in one shot. 700 guys can take 20 shots. Yeah, well, so you only need one, right? I guess unless you're popping zombies. We have to talk about it in private in a comfort eclipse. Oh, yeah. We talked about it in private, got a camper eclipse in the same video. I just put a Daniel Smith AR and then a stag. I'm ready for the zombies. Builder dude is ready for the zombies. This one's not getting into the algorithm. This is we were close when we started talking about knockers, and then BBC sabotaged the stream, my 180,000 view stream, with his pew pew talk. Maybe if we start talking about peepees, we'll get back in good graces. I'm the same, AJ. I like weaponry. I wasn't a big fan of how loud pew pews are, but I liked. I didn't like short range target. I liked long range targets. That was more fun for me. I like shooting a long one, like 300 yards plus. That to me, that was fun. Which some wouldn't say that's very long, but that's what we had to shoot at down here. Not getting the next 8 subs. Maybe I will. Maybe they're pew pew fans and they're like, oh, this guy's one of us. No, I'm not. Nope. Pheasant hunting. Man. How many times have you listened to The Bird Hunter by Turnpike Troubadours in your life, Travis? Have we talked about this? Anyone who's ex-military or current, I love the 9mm Beretta. Hate the SIG. I was surgical with a 9mm Beretta. Saying BBC is probably bad as saying gun. Possible. Clay, I'll tell you what, I could shoot a damn duck. I can't hit a dove to save my life. And it's probably because I've only been on like 2 dove hunts in my life, so I've never gotten a lot of practice. And the 2 dove hunts I have been on, I think there was a collective of like a dozen doves unalived. We're gonna use the proper internet terms now. There were 12 doves that became unalived from pew pews, and they weren't from me. But maybe I need to go to Argentina and melt the barrels off of a couple super black eagles, and then I'll be dialed. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that's what I'm going to do. Go to Argentina, melt a couple barrels off some black eagles, and then come home. Figured BBC would you got to 500, maybe. If you don't have a lot of doves, yeah, I've never been to a good dove hunt where it's just like raining doves. I do like timber hunt, like duck hunting in timber. I think that's as good as it gets. That's fun. Like my guns, like my horses and coffee. Black. Is that a thing, Jeremy? You can hunt parrots? Stearman, I'd like to go on a. I'd like to go walk. I'd like to go stomp around in a field with you and blast some pheasants. That'd be pretty fun. I've never pew-pewed. I've never unalived a pheasant. I've never dusted the tail feathers out of a pheasant's ass, but it seems like it'd be fun. Oh, you're talking doves. That's the thing. We've got millions of doves here. I just get invited to all the gar holes. I've never been to a good one. The last one I went to, what's the turkey man's name? What's the dude? What's that dude? What's the turkey guy? He's like the turkey guy. Y'all know his name. He's famous. Come on. I have to look him up. Famous turkey hunter. No, not Ben Rogers Lee. Eddie Salter. So Eddie Salter rolls up, and he's got the Hunter Specialties wrap on his truck, and he's got two little compadres with him, and he hops out of the truck. I'm like, damn, there's Eddie Salter. The only reason I knew it was because it set it down the side of the truck, and he hopped out, and he like flips the back up to his truck, and he pulls out this like tray, and he just starts like unloading Benellis. And I was thinking to myself, how many shot pew-pews does this guy have in his truck? But he was handing those things out like they were like candy. Pulled at least 10 out. And they started dispersing them amongst the Hunter Specialties bunch. But the dude had quite the arsenal. And they were all super Black Eagles. Like dude had some cash in shot pew-pews in the back of his rig for this dove hunt. And it was, unfortunately, nobody shot anything. Yeah, I think between the coyotes and the fire ants and all that kind of stuff, the quail aren't doing so good. I do think they're cute. I probably wouldn't want to unalive one of those. Too cute. Too cute. I have quite the story about lesser prairie chicken. We'll have to hear that one day, Travis. I think pheasant hunting would be fun. Like I said, never done it. Do they do those? I'm sure there's a lot of people that do those like bread eater hunts where you like they take a bunch of pheasant out in the field and release them, and then they like just kick them around, and they're like so dumb that they don't even know what to do, and then the guy, I guess the dog, like gets them up. Someone had an oopsies on an endangered species. BBC, unalived is not cringy. I think it's a very amusing term. It's very uncringy. I say way more cringy stuff than unalive. I grew up greater prairie chicken hunting a lot more than pheasants. We have a sharp-tailed grouse too. These plains animals I don't know anything about. Let's look this thing up. Greater prairie chicken. Well, oh, those things are wild looking. I'd definitely blast one of those. Those are cool looking. Are those not abundant? The greater prairie chicken? Extinction status, not extinct. So what does that mean? They're 1.9 pounds in mass. Hunting. Let's see if you can hunt these things. Greater prairie chicken hunting in the U.S., particularly in the states like Kansas and South Dakota, involves hunting in the grassland areas, often near crop fields, and can be done with dogs in the early season or pass shooting in the late season. So you can do it. It's so annoying when you do become so censored. Dude, the first time I saw somebody say unalive, I thought it was hilarious. I still think it's funny. Just the reason that to me it's so amusing is because that is the workaround that somebody came up with. They're like, if I can't say dead, what can I say? What's the opposite of dead? But means dead. Unalive. It's so ridiculous that it is very amusing to me. The mating ritual of prairie chickens? My son said unalive the other day, and I wanted to wacky rig him, which you could, Bobby. Get you a broomstick with a carabiner on it and some rope, and then hook him up by his belt loops. You could wacky rig his ass. Wacky rig that little toddler's ass. Pulseless. That's a good one. Pulseless, without pulse. How would you say that in a sentence? How would you say if you were going to unalive something, but you were going to say you removed its? Let's say you removed you. I'm sure there's a word here. I think I'm more amused at Bobby Balsa wacky rigging his kid. All right, boys. I'm going to get out of here. If anybody makes any last minute plans for the classic, holler at us. Depulsed. There you go. Depulsed. It's a good one. It's a good one. We'll have to add that one to the dictionary. Anti-pulse. Depulsed. Yeah, I would depulse a prairie chicken 100%. Great live today, Builder Dude. Thank you for hanging in there. We will see y'all at another time and date. Depulsed. All right, I guess we'll add that one to the vocabulary. Kyle, I don't know that I would go back. I would just go. I would pull the plug. Go about your day. Save yourself the agony. Pull the plug, bro. All right. Y'all go. I'll go crank your hogs. We'll see you later. Adios. Reverse pulsed. Even better. All right. Adios.